This is a Specialized Tarmac S-Works bike. This particular model is the Red AXS Edition 2019. I've had this bike on test since July. Done probably 2,000 kilometers or so. Now it's middle of October, so plenty of time to test it. Say I've got no affiliation to Specialized at all. You know, they've not paid me anything, so this is a completely impartial review of the bike. Yeah, so I'm gonna go through a few bits and some of the good things and maybe some of the not so good things. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to go over some of the components on this particular model. So it is this 2019 or 2020 actually. 2020 was SRAM AXS Red. This one has got the power meter with a 48-35 chain set, 10 to 33 cassette. The overall, I won't go too in depth on the SRAM AXS, although I will say it is really good. The only big downside for me is this inbuilt power meter and the fact that it costs £700 if you want to replace a chainring. Then it has got Roval CLX wheels, 50mm depth, and it would come with turbo cotton wheels front and back. At the moment I've got a Victoria Corsa on the front. That's because I've accidentally damaged the front tyre. Not the tyre's fault in any way. Really nice tyres, really nice wheels. Like the depth, it's good in crosswinds, but it still feels quite fast. Going up to the rest of the parts, so we've got a Specialized S-Works seat post, so that's bespoke to the bike. A Specialized S-Works power saddle, which is really comfortable, and a Specialized own brand S-Works stem with Specialized short and round handlebars. Moving down, it's also got the SRAM AXS brakes, and these are the 160mm rotors. Brakes are actually a big plus on the SRAM. These are probably the best brakes I've used on any disc brake road bike to date, and overall performance on these components is, I think, is well suited to the bike and the style of bike that this is. So one of the first things I think you notice on the tarmac is probably not what you'd expect, is the level of comfort that you get. I mean, this is essentially a race bike designed for pro teams, and yet the level of comfort on offer is well, I think it's really good. And given the choice between riding this or riding a Roubaix with the travel that has, I choose this. It's relatively easy to make a bike that's comfortable on the rear these days. You know, drop seat stays help with that, wider tyres help. But the front is a lot more difficult, and a lot of brands still haven't got there, but this is really good. So comfort is a big plus, whether you want to race it, whether you just want to do some nice big rides. Performance, I mean, it's really light. It's got aerodynamic tubes now and shapes over the last edition. Specialized claiming that this is faster than the Venge, although then they did come out and say that the Roubaix is faster than the tarmac. But so I think that's a bit of a mixed bag. While you're actually riding real world, it feels like a really fast bike, and I've got no issues in taking this on sort of tougher rides. So although this is a race bike, Specialized have been quite clever. They realise that most people who buy this bike are not going to be taking it racing, especially this top-end S-Works model. Things like, so the handlebars, these are the I think they call them short and round. The shape of them will suit most people, I would imagine. It's got quite a sharp bend here. It's got a shallow drop, and the reach is quite short. It'll suit most sort of normal riders. Anyone who is an out-and-out racer probably won't appeal to them. Quite wide, the size of the bar. This is a 44cm bar, I believe, on a 54cm frame. So overall thoughts on the bike, if you take it purely on the performance, it's brilliant. There's not many parts on this that I would change, if any. even the fact that the power meter is built in, well, it's actually a really good power meter. I just don't like the fact that it costs so much to replace. The big problem with this bike is the cost. It's a £9,500 bike, but if you take all the components individually, I don't think it adds up to £9,500. I really don't see where Specialized have got that price, or where they can justify that price from. Okay, so they charge a fortune for the frame set, but then there's not really anyone who's going to buy just the frame set. Especially when I've got another bike on test, or had another bike on test, which is £4,000 cheaper with almost identical parts with the SRAM AXS group set, and performance is identical as well. So overall, if you just take it purely on performance and you don't care about the money or the value, then it could be a good bike, but it is just crazy silly money for a bike, and for that reason I think there are probably better bikes out there for a lot less money.